something.
Do not say anything about Cindy. No. And everyone's going to be Googling, Cindy. What happened? Cindy Wheezy. Cindy, comma, Wheezy. What? There is no Cindy. 10 seconds. Oh, yeah, you might.
Our place, where we can dream and share it. Our place, we'll find a friend to care it.
We are Our Place Out Loud. I am your lovely and captivating host, Louise Palanker. You're not alone at Our Place. Today in the studio, we've got some fantastic musicians. This is a wonderful group called Sonsoles.
Yeah.
Have I pronounced your name with the correct Spanish inflections?
Yes, you did.
How would you say your name?
I would say Sonsoles.
Sonsoles.
There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
But I'm weird.
Excellent. So we're going to get back to you guys in a second, but I have an announcement right off the top of the show that I promised I would do. And thanks to our moderator, Jenny, who really helped me with these choices. So, if you're thrilled or upset, definitely contact Jenny. No. But, there's always time to reapply for mod and CO because it's fluid. People come and go, and these positions are always open. And in 3 months, we'll be selecting new people. And as the app grows, we'll need new people to help manage all of the different personalities in the app and make things fun and awesome for everybody. So the new mods will be The Watermelon Girl, Kate TW, and Legit Taco. Give it up for our new moderators. They will be working under the tutelage and reporting directly to Jenny. The new COs are Activist, Gabby / Breeze, Fuzzers Awesomes, Kenneth 18155, and Nick N. Give it up for the new community organizers. All right, take your complaints up with Jenny, but she's asleep right now, so please. All right, so Sonsoles is in the studio, and this is their EP.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know the Beatles released an EP?
No.
That term has been around since
The Beatles.
the beginning of the Beatles, 1963. The Beatles released an EP, and it was called Hey, We're the Beatles, and we released an EP. So it has a front and back. It may have had a different name. I'm not sure. Check Google. And then this is a picture of the guys, very handsome. Have you got a camera on the guys? This is the guys, and that's Sonsoles. And would you like
Is that
to?
us? Is that us?
Yeah. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Lonnie Moreno, drummer.
I'm Jose Hernandez. I'm guitar player and vocals.
I'm Steve Baltazar, keyboardist.
And there's a guy with a mohawk, and they did not bring him up to the house because they knew that he would frighten me. Not only does he have a mohawk, he also has dark sunglasses. He's very ominous. So this guy's name is Caesar, and yeah, he can come next time, but I need you guys to be with him. So I like the way you said your last name with the Spanish TH.
Yeah.
And there's an interesting story behind why you guys pronounce that TH that way.
Well, I'm from Spain.
You're from Spain.
Yeah, I grew up in Spain.
But did you know that the king had a lisp? Do you know
No.
that story? Oh, it's the best story in history.
No.
Okay, so you say your last name again.
Hernandez.
So you say Hernandez.
Yeah.
And the reason Spanish people say it with a TH rather than Hernandez, the way American Spanish people would, is because a long time ago, before the Beatles, there was a king who had a lisp, and all of the people of Spain thought we'll make him feel better, and we'll speak the way he does. So it's the best kissing up story in history.
That's crazy.
And you guys still...
Interesting.
Yes.
didn't know that.
Still carry it on.
Yes, they do. So tell us a little bit about how you found each other and how you decided to begin making music together.
Well, some of us found each other through Craigslist, and some of us through friends that we had in common. And it was around the time that I just moved to LA because I moved here from Spain to study at a music school, and then kind of like put the band together. We had a Caesar knew Steve, and they were like trying to put a band together. They called me, and then we put an ad on Craigslist, and Lonnie showed
Drummer
up.
wanted. I tried out 3 times, by the
He
way.
auditioned like 10 times or something like that, and finally we said, okay, you can join us.
So you're the Craigslist winner.
Yeah, I won. I was the big money winner. I had auditioned 3 times. I'm telling you, these guys took a lot of convincing.
Did it come with a tote bag?
Yes, it should have. It should have.
Yeah.
It's just these guys were looking more like for like a Latin rock drummer who knew all these Latin rhythms and all these cool Santana beats, and I didn't really know those because I come from just a straight ahead rock background.
Mm-hmm.
And I told them, guys, I'll learn. So they gave me some songs. I learned them. I came back. They're still like, I don't know. You're not Latin enough. And then I was like, what? I'll learn. And then they gave me a couple more songs. And then pretty much by the 3rd audition, I go, I'm in, right? They go, all right, come back next week. It's been 7 years. They still haven't told me that I'm in the band yet. So I'm hoping.
Well,
I'm hoping.
But you have persistence.
Oh, I keep coming back. They can't get rid of me, these guys. They tried, but no.
And what did you love about their sound?
You know what? It was a thing where the last band I was in had just broken up, and like literally a week later, I was on Craigslist looking for new bands, and I wasn't looking really for Latin rock, Spanish rock. I wasn't looking for that, but I must have clicked on, no joke, about 100 drummer wanted ads, and I was literally about ready to just throw in the towel and say, you know what, maybe I shouldn't even do another band right now. And then just right before going to bed, I clicked on these guys, drummer wanted ad, said Spanish rock band. That's the first one I had clicked like that. And I listened to the sound. It was such an amazing like combination of rock, Latin. I mean, they had so much cool stuff going on, and very, very like just involved with the instruments. The music that these guys were playing was awesome. Like you can tell every musician was at a very high level, and they've helped me out a lot and
like
gotten
all
my
this
skills up. Yeah. These guys, I heard their stuff and I was like, wow, it was impressive. So they were the best band and continue to be.
Okay. So what?
Very humble here.
How long have you been together?
Almost 7 years.
Yeah, 7 years total.
And
yeah.
he's still on probation.
No,
This is what you
of
guys.
course not. Of course not.
I think we're good now.
All right. Do you have any questions for Sonsoles?
Well, I guess a question for each of you: when did you start playing your instrument, and what kind of made you start?
I started playing when I was 12. I started playing my sister's guitar. She had it at home. In Spain, it's almost like everybody has a guitar at home. And she was the one playing an instrument. And I used to just get the guitar to annoy her and get it out of tune. And then one day I decided to do something, a little more productive, because I was really passionate about music. I was in choir before that, and I really loved singing. My parents used to sing all the time in the house. And it was just, something very addictive. I just started playing guitar. I couldn't do anything else or think about anything else but playing since I was like, that age. And then my father said, if you want to do this, you want to do it right. He signed me up for guitar lessons. And then I did conservatory, electric guitar lessons, classical guitar lessons, all sorts of stuff. And I started touring internationally when I was 17,
Wow.
playing with heavy metal bands. I had long hair and a piercing right here. Not at
Wait,
that
do
time,
you have a
but,
picture of that? Did you have a mohawk?
No, until like 6 years ago. But no, I started more like a metalhead, actually.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, we have a
alright.
picture on our Facebook, actually. One of the last posts is like a picture
Same
from
with
like
very
10 years
long
ago.
hair. Yeah.
Yep.
Montana.
Okay. Two questions. What was that metal band?
The metal band?
Oh yeah, Google them now.
Oh,
please,
yeah. They
Matt.
were called Quasar.
Oh.
Quasar. And it was like scary. It looks like the covers of the albums look like Iron Maiden.
Oh,
So,
that's
like
great.
that kind of, like wah kind of stuff. Yeah.
That's great.
Oh,
I
okay,
love
we got
Iron
it. We got it
Maiden.
right here.
Yeah.
He's sitting in. Oh, this is.
Who is that guy,
This
right?
is
Who
so
is that guy?
delicious. If I had a spoon, I would eat it. He's sitting in front of the Jimi Hendrix star on Hollywood Boulevard in some sort of yoga pose.
There he is.
Oh my god. That's
You get the
great.
hair. You can make out the hair. That's all you need.
Yeah, it looks a little bit like.
Jesus.
What's that guy from Eagles? No, the guy from Eagles, Timothy B. Schmidt. Yeah, it looks a little bit like. Very handsome.
And
Thank you for finding
second
this.
question: What
Yes.
is your guys' like major influences?
I like a lot of classic rock. The Doors, The Who. I love Pearl Jam and John Mayer. Done.
I listen to a wide range of music, everything from like the 80s to music from the 80s to like music of today, Latin music, Santana. Too many to mention.
A lot of Celine Dion.
Absolutely, especially Celine Dion.
I was really into metal, but at the same time, because of my guitar lessons and all those things, I was exposed to a lot of different kinds of music. So I was listening to a lot of classical, a lot of like gypsy jazz, a lot of random stuff. Just as long as he had a cool guitar player, I was into it.
A gypsy jazz?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that.
Oh yeah, Django.
It's on
Let me-
Pandora.
Let me hear how that goes.
Django Reinhardt.
Oh, Django. Okay. Oh yeah, I love that. Okay, cool.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I've never heard it. We've never heard him do
Django
that before.
Reinhardt. He only had 2 fingers to play with.
He only had
He
2
was
fingers. yeah.
amazing,
Yeah.
you know, virtuoso.
And then he had 2 consonants right up next to each other. So he had a lot of stuff that he had to overcome. So why don't you guys play us a little number and introduce it, if you will, please?
Okay.
And we're going to I'm going to chit-chat while they get the mics ready for you guys. And someone's calling, and we'll put them on hold during your song and then speak to them as soon as you are done singing.
Yeah, we're gonna play a song called "Mientras te vas," and it's one of the songs that we have in our EP, and it's a song that actually we got an award for. Last year we got an award for that song for the USA Songwriting Competition. It won in the Latin category. It's also the song, the first song that it had a video.
And what does it mean roughly in English?
"Mientras te vas" is roughly as you are leaving. You know, it's a song that talks about the consequences of being true to yourself and speaking your truth.
Okay.
You know, because everybody tells you that you have to be true to yourself and say what you mean and be real and all that. But when you are real, you usually have consequences.
Okay.
You know, people might walk away, and that's what is happening in the song.
Oh, okay. I love it.
Okay.
All right. Take it away.
¿Cuánto tiempo pasamos negándolo? Pero es momento. Nunca pensamos que pasaría y mira cuánto tiempo incubando esta rebelión. No me arrepiento, no gastaré un segundo más de vida. Y si digo una sola palabra, voy derecho al infierno. Si hago que no pasa nada, será poco peor. Y no te miento si te digo lo que siento. Todo se lo lleva el viento mientras te vas. Guardaré lo vivido en el rincón de los recuerdos. Aprenderé para que nunca se repita. Y si digo una sola palabra, voy derecho al infierno. Si hago que no pasa nada, será poco peor. Y no te miento si te digo lo que siento. Todo se lo lleva el viento mientras te vas. Y no te miento si te digo lo que siento. Todo Thank you.
That was so awesome. So, any questions about that song?
Thank you.
It's very haunting.
That's
someone's-
good, right? In a good way.
It's haunting in a great way that someone's leaving and it's because of something that you did.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you have to.
Something that you are, that you speak your truth. Actually, it was like after like a really bad breakup. It took me like a while to even write music or anything like that. And that was the first song that I wrote. And so I set up my inbox, my Pro Tools and all that at home. And I was like, nothing comes up. I'm just going to record the first 4 chords that come to my mind, super easy and an easy melody. And I recorded it and left it there for a long time. And I never thought that it was going to be a song for Sonsoles because we were at the time trying to play more like Latin stuff and more like Latin influence music. So then I played the songs for them and they didn't like it. They didn't want to play it.
I was the only one. I said, yes, do it.
And
You remember.
And after a while, we ended up including it into our set list, and it's been the song that has been played as a single in the radio and has the first video, and we got some recognition for it and all that. So it's
Well,
pretty
I
interesting.
love it. I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
Really
Appreciate
good. Really, really good. I'm going to download it.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to. Do we have someone on the phone? No. Okay. So we're going to go to a question from Hope Rom. Hey, everybody, here's my story. I recently met my perfect guy online. Yes, he's real and not a fake or a creeper. I video chatted with him, Snapchatted, etc. We have fallen for each other. Ironically, he only lives about 25 to 30 minutes away from me. I'm 16 and he is 17. Only problem is that my parents are very strict. I had a past where I had gotten into trouble for talking to guys online, and my parents would never allow the idea of this guy if they knew how I met him. I would be in big trouble. As bad as it sounds, I wouldn't mind doing a little white lie to them about how we met because I don't want some little detail like that to keep me apart from my dream guy. I have to meet him in person somehow and come up with a story/plan to tell my parents. I was thinking maybe some school sporting event or something. I don't know. We are close enough, but 25 to 30 miles is still enough to possibly get them suspicious. What could my plan be? Help, please. Thank you. So basically the kid is asking me to help her lie. So, and I wouldn't do that. I answered her letter in our place, but I want to throw to you guys before you hear my opinion. Go ahead, Montana. I thought I saw your hand up.
Oh, no, that was...
You were just like, oh, hell no. Don't lie to your parents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
we were playing soccer and the ball went really far, like 25
Really?
miles.
25 minutes. It went 25 minutes away, and I just met him.
So then there he was. Is this your ball?
Yes, because I am on our place, I do have to say, don't lie to your parents. And again,
It's the party
House
line.
rules, don't lie.
The phone is ringing, Howard.
and
Or Trish, yeah, go ahead.
it is a good idea to not lie to your parents because that's a whole nother can of worms you don't want to get into. But like, is there any way she could like meet him safely at a school event, like with her parents, and have it not be a conflict like that? Because it's
Well,
easy to say just don't pursue it because he's an online guy. He could be super creepy, but then you can't tell logical things to teenage girls.
Right. Well, see, I have two problems with this. One lie leads to another lie, and then eventually someone says something, and then eventually they find out. Because you have to remember what you lied about, and then lie about that, and then lie about that, and it's these layers of like, oh, well, yeah, we met, and we were both in knitting club, and we're in the travel team, and we went to this other school, and they're really good knitters, and I saw this guy across the knitting gymnasium, and he was there knitting, and I was like, can you teach me that stitch? And he was like, oh my God, and here's my Snapchat. Well, then like eventually it's gonna be like,
Yeah.
The other thing is, like, just because he says he's 17 doesn't mean he's 17.
Yeah.
He could totally still be a creeper. He could be 29. So
Oh, yeah.
I don't want her to go off and meet this guy.
Yeah, well, like, that's my initial fear, too. But, like, they said they've, like, video chatting. So is that...
but just because he looks 17 doesn't make him 17.
That's
and it's
true.
still not safe. He could still pull up in a van and grab her.
That's
and,
true.
And the rules are, don't talk to boys you don't know online. So she's...
Then how do we give her, like, peace of mind? Because,
I don't
again,
know.
the reason
Maddie
with
knows.
logic and teenage
Maddie
girls, it
knows.
just doesn't work.
I
I
know.
do not
I
know.
know.
Disclaimer, I do not know. So just to clarify, she has not met him.
Right. She hasn't met him in
So-
person yet.
All right. Well, it's a complicated situation because there's so much of like, the girl saying, oh, but he's my dream guy, and we've Snapchatted and whatever, like I know he's not a creeper, but it's so hard because I mean there really is there needs to be a line, and for everybody it's pretty much the same, like don't trust people you meet online, but for some parents and for some kids, like they don't kind of understand and appreciate why that is. And I think that's she's maybe forgetting that there is a reason why you don't want to go
She
meet
doesn't
someone
know
that you
the
meet online.
consequences.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think she knows the consequences, and I feel like it might help her to lower her expectations and raise her like safety awareness, because that would probably help bring in some realisticness. Nico?
Well, I really don't like online relationships in general. I feel like there's a really easy capacity for people to lie to each other over it. But if you really do have this gut feeling that won't go away, that he's your dream guy, and he's 17, he cares about you, the least amount you should do is tell your parents, get them involved, and have them meet him with you.
I think she's going to be in so much trouble for disobeying.
Like if they get over that, I mean, she's gotten in trouble with that before. We don't know how big that is. If her parents can get over that and actually meet this guy with her, that's really the most I can say. You really got to get your parents involved in a way that they're active and they can make sure you're safe, or else they're never going to really trust you with this guy. I mean, what do you think, Keo?
What I would do is first talk to my parents about letting me do what I want, or talk to guys on the internet and try and convince them that I'll be safe. Before I tell them that I was talking, I would try and convince them that I will be safe. And then I would tell them about how I met this person and how I would like to meet them in person. And I want to be safe, so I'm telling you and everything. And then hopefully you can convince them. And if you can't, there's really nothing you can do about it until you're of age, I think.
Montana?
One question, like how does she know he's her dream guy if they only like Snapchatted and video chatted? That's not nearly enough to like know like, oh, they're the person for me. We have to get married.
But people fall in love with love.
True, and
So-
then
It's not always
which
logical.
goes to I know. My other thing, like maybe he's only her dream guy while they have this distance between them, like absence makes the heart grow fonder.
See, I'm not
maybe
even-
she could. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to say that I'm not even believing that he magically lives 25 miles away. I think he could be a 30-year-old creeper who's going to drive 35 miles away to find this kid. I'm very skeptical about all of it. It feels unsafe. Maddie?
I think that also right now, just because her parents aren't really kind of okay with her meeting guys online, maybe she should kind of rule that out as a possibility until she's of age. Because if her parents don't want her to be having relationships, I mean, like actual like meeting in person relationships,
Yeah.
or like online relationships, not just like hi, okay, bye, like actual online relationships, then maybe she should just kind of take that out as a possibility and go see the other people in her life. Like, I'm homeschooled, so I can guarantee that even though you do not go to school with a whole bunch of guys, which I know how interesting that is, there are still places you can like meet people, like join a club. Wheezy's quote exactly. Join a club. Like there are ways to meet people safely, not online, who can be in a relationship with you.
And see, I'm kind of stuck on how she defied their edict and said, I don't care what my parents say, I'm still going to talk to strangers online. Like, she didn't listen the first time, and she finds herself in love, and it's not safe, even though she thinks that he's fine. Keo?
Yeah, just a quick thing. Even if he's actually 17, that doesn't make it safe because they're crazy, creepy 17-year-olds.
Yeah,
so.
no, and
Especially
he's
17-year-olds.
Yeah.
He's probably a nice, normal kid. But the thing is that you were doing something you weren't supposed to do, and you cannot lie your way into finding him offline and have it be okay. It's going to blow up in your face. I can promise you that. Let's take the call. Who's there? Hello, Mrs. Culfer.
Hello there.
How are you doing? Did you listen to the band tonight on the show?
Yes, I did. The only thing I have is I wish it were in English.
Oh, well, maybe you could start a fan page where you translate all of their lyrics.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No.
Do you have a question for the band, or do you want to just keep up your record of your attendance record, I guess, which you're going to win at the end of the semester?
I was calling in to comment on the question.
Okay, please do.
Okay, so I haven't been listening the entire time, but I listened to the question.
Mm-hmm.
And so, one, don't lie, because it'll end up being more and more and more lies, and you're going to end up forgetting all the lies you've made.
Right.
And your parents are going to eventually find out. So, bad idea.
Yeah, I agree. Is there a 2?
Oh, two. There are only 2, by the way.
Okay.
2, if you really do want to meet this person, have a parent come with you just in case.
Right. The problem is
And
that
tell them about it.
she doesn't want to tell her parents because she already broke a rule in making a friend or even calling someone her boyfriend online. So she's kind of stuck in a quandary. I'd say she has to wait 2 years and then she can meet this guy in person. And then at 18.
And if they're really soulmates, like she says, then he'll wait.
Give us a call. Thank you so much, Mrs. Culfer, for calling in. We will speak to you next week. We are at 888-531-7171. The next question comes from Don't Hate the Awesome Miss. She's a favorite. One of my best friends who is 16 has a boyfriend. Well, I just discovered her boyfriend is actually 29 years old and that they have sex. She told me that her mom knows his age. I find this to be very unsafe. What should I do? So I put these two close together because they are kind of similar. I don't believe that her mom actually knows the whole story. Nico, your hand went right up.
I mean, I just want to say, like, when I'm reading these questions off, I kind of forget sometimes that the age of consent in some places is less than 18, like it is here.
Right.
So I'm reading this, I'm like, all right, well, he's 16, he's 29. Oh, wait, what? But this is a really weird situation. Like, I don't get relationships that go, like, past 10 years, really. I mean, what do you think, Maddie?
Double your age.
Double the age, double the fun.
Well, I don't know. Is 16 past the age where people are just like, yeah, I have a boyfriend, but he doesn't go to this school, and how do you know he's not real? Like, I mean, is 16 past that age?
He doesn't go to the school.
Where
he doesn't go to college.
Like,
he's in a
he's
retirement
older.
home.
It's cool.
He's in a really cool retirement home. They have they have bocce ball and what?
But I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's like, how do you explain a 29-year-old boyfriend other than he's that's a really creepy guy.
But could this be just like this 16-year-old friend like saying that she has a 29-year-old boyfriend she has sex with?
Montana?
Well, I mean, like, if I was going to make up something like that, I would do like, oh, he's 22, not 29. That's a little weird.
I'm glad you can lower your standard by those years.
But if he's actually real, there are like 2 reasons he could be staying with her. 1, for the sex, or 2, because he's a creepy little man boy.
Yep.
Neither are good.
Neither are good.
She it's hard because she is her friend and she's put in a position where she wants to and sort of needs to help her but doesn't know how. And I mean, if it's true that her mom knows the age and knows that they're having sex, you can't turn to her mom because there are some parents like that, but like definitely check in with her parents. And if you want to do it more in a way that will help you like maintain the trust in that friendship, maybe just honestly tell her that not in an attacking way, like, oh, your boyfriend's creepy because he's old. Say it like,
yeah, I mean, I think you can
say like you can have somebody completely just better, nicer to you, prettier,
like
man
this is
prettier.
This is a relationship out of balance. Whatever his
Yeah.
reasons are for wanting to date a 16-year-old, none of them could be good. Not one of them could be good. And so this isn't healthy for you. You need to stay plugged into high school and the other high school kids and activities that you need to be involved in order to develop the true extent of your character. If you defer to a 29-year-old, you're going to be with his friends doing his thing, his agenda. It's going to be like a leader-student type of role relationship that isn't healthy for developing who you want to be in life. So, even if he's madly in love with you and you guys were meant to be, and if back on the prairie you would have gotten married and it would have been fine and you all would have churned butter and raised goats and no one would have, looked sideways at this relationship because he was the single guy in town. I don't know. Because I think Laura Ingalls Wilder married some guy that was kind of old. Oh, we have an opinion from the band. Yes.
No, not that I'm defending this, but after the tragic death of Paul Walker, I think didn't we discover that he was involved with someone who was like just around the same.
We know he had a 15-year-old daughter.
No, but he had a girlfriend who was like 19 years younger than him, and they were together for about 6 years or something. I think
Ever
they
since
got
8th
together when
grade?
she was 16 and he was she was 16 and she was she was 16 and he was like 20 something.
So how do you feel about that?
I never really thought about it, but I was shocked when I learned that, when I read that, because there was they were trying to get pictures of her and all that stuff. But I was shocked that a guy, like an actor, in his position.
Well, didn't Elvis date Lisa Marie when
That's
she
right. He
was
married her.
really young? So I mean, it does happen sometimes. It's just I certainly can't recommend it. As far as the person that wrote the post, there's not a lot you can do other than say, I don't know that this is in your best interest, and I want you to fully develop as a human being, and you're not going to really do that if you're doing everything that a 29-year-old wants to do. Keo?
If it were me, I would say, oh, so your mom knows? Really? So if I ask her and talk to her about it, she's going to be like, yeah, he's 29. She's going to know. And then if she's like, don't talk to her about my mom, then I would go tell on her. I mean, that's what I would do.
Okay. Cool. Nico?
I guess this is really a really weird situation. There's a part of me that's saying if 16 is the consenting age there, and well, yeah, go wild. But still, 16 is a really I'm sorry, Montana. That was a very developmental age, like you were saying, and you're still trying to figure out who you are. Like I know I'm trying to figure out who I am.
So am I. I have no idea who you are. It's confusing.
I mean, Wheezy's like a year younger than me, obviously.
Yeah.
So. You really shouldn't be dating that one guy.
Actually,
I think he's a little
you
old for
actually know who you are a little bit better than I know who I am. You're pretty good, Maddie.
I mean, do you think that this is something that, as, being the friend could take to like a school counselor or something? Because, I mean, is there some kind of adult help? Because it's, if this is in America, isn't 18 the consenting age
It's
here?
different in every state, I think.
Oh, that makes it so much
Montana's
more
an expert on this, by the way.
Montana knows exactly which states she can go to date 29-year-olds.
No, before the show, you were talking about how you had...
Okay, so me and my friend looked up the ages of consent in the U.S. and
For
Europe.
no reason whatsoever.
No reason whatsoever. Germany's is like 14.
What?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Acta Liber.
And most...
Is that German? Okay, yes.
But a lot of them over there are 16, and a lot of the southern and more like rural states are like 16 in America. So that doesn't make it like okay.
Okay, yeah.
If you're 16, that doesn't mean in a certain state where it's allowed. That doesn't mean that guy is like not super creepy. And
It's still ill-advised.
Yeah.
If it were my kid,
Ill-advised.
ill-advised. I would want to know. This isn't what I would want for any of you guys. Maddie?
I was gonna say as you were saying, like a good way to look at it is from the perspective of like a parent. Like, if you were your parent, would you want your child, dating a 29-year-old if she was 16? Awkward.
No, exactly not. We're going to jump to the Thread Theater, Keo, so hold that thought for a second. We have a caller?
You do have the 12 days of Christmas.
Oh, yes. Hello. Who have we? Hello. Thank you for calling our place out loud. Hello, you're on the air. Yes.
Yes,
Hello? Oh, we lost the call. Okay, maybe she'll call back. Because I was going to do Thread Theater. and it will. Hello, are you there? Hello.
She sounds like she's in a hallway.
She's going through something.
Hello.
It's okay, guys. It's just Alice calling from that
okay, so
tumble down the
well,
rabbit hole.
if she calls back, we'll jump onto the call after we do Thread Theater. Let's see. I'll give the part of Beautiful Girl to you, Montana. What is this name?
Oh, snap it,
It's
Tay-Tay.
okay. Is that the part you want, Nico?
Snap it's Tay-Tay.
Oh, Snap It Say Tay is you, Nico.
Awesome.
And then, that's a pretty good part. Oh, Forever Scarly is a dishy part, and I will give that to you, Maddie. And then we have the Watermelon Girl, which will be you, Keo. And then any extra parts, I guess I'll play, because I know Jake doesn't really enjoy this part of the program. Pardon me? Do you want to be? Oh, you don't have a mic. All right. So take it away. Curtain up on Thread Theater Word Wars. Beautiful Girl.
I'm very popular and I have loads of friends, but this girl who is also very popular is telling everyone that I'm a slut, but I'm not. How do I let her know that she is not popular and she is the slut herself? I took Nico's voice for that, by the way.
Okay, I told you, people are gonna start calling you names. Just stop what you're doing to multiple guys and just stick with one. Also, you're popular, she's popular, oh, what's the problem? You're both popular, period. It doesn't matter what she says. If to have a lot of friends are considered popular.
Back to Beautiful Girl.
Oh. Yeah, duh. Oh, and she says again. And I can't choose, so yeah, most girls do this, so yeah.
It's you, Nico.
Lol. Well, no. Most girls don't. Unless you're talking about prostitutes or sluts. Or whores. Yeah, well, yeah, they might be doing what you're going, but most girls don't.
You are a slut, and most girls don't do this. You need to get over yourself.
Hashtag shots fired.
So now it's, oh snap, it's Tay-Tay. That's you, Nico.
Hey, at Beautiful Girl Hallmate. Because I want to talk to you.
You guys didn't rehearse.
I'm sorry for being mean, but you're 14, and I don't think you should be doing this to yourself. Hide your weakness. Choose one guy, because at the moment, what she's saying is kind of true.
Watermelon Girl.
Forever Scarlet, please don't call people such names. It is absolutely unacceptable. As for your question, you also do not want all people to.
I think she meant call people.
To call people such names. Just think, you're hurt because she called you a slut. So what's the good in calling her a slut back? Look at it this way. She got you angry by calling you a slut. Hypothetically, you call her a slut back out of anger. Now she's even angrier and she spreads a nasty rumor. Now you're mad and you spread a rumor. Tension builds, hatred bubbles, and cycle never ends. Now's your chance to take the initiative to back away and focus on living your own life the way you want to. Don't worry about her words. They are words, and you get to choose which ones defined you. So let it go before it escalates into a situation you regret.
Don't hate the awesomeness. Beautiful Girl, please do not cuss in your profile. You dropped the F-bomb. Please take it out. Jenny, Forever Scarlet, if you make one more comment insulting another person, you will be blocked. It is not ever okay to call someone a slut. Beautiful Girl.
Okay, I will take out the I will take the F word out.
Sarah 255. Darling, popularity is not everything. Learn, and you should certainly not be having sex. Please change. Add me as a hallmate. Break up with Dan and go with someone who is not using you, and don't cheat. I felt like some people knew each other offline here, and this is not the kind of conversation that usually goes on at our place. And so the reason I chose it for Thread Theater is to just kind of like illustrate the nastiness of the internet. Sometimes it's a minefield for girls to get out whatever anger they've built up at school because someone's calling someone names, and the only way they feel like they can defend themselves is to call someone else names. And the narrow line that girls walk in high school is that if you've never kissed a guy, you know, you're a prude and there's something wrong with you, and once you kiss a guy, you're a slut or a whore. So how do you actually be? And how do you be, not the target of everyone else's ridicule, because that's everyone wants to kind of just avoid sort of being being hit with slings and arrows, Montana.
Okay, being a girl, I just want to say something about y'all being like, oh, you're a slut, you're a whore, only prostitutes do what you do, most girls don't do this. I hate when girls, like, call each other sluts and whores, because then it's just okay for, like, and then we wonder why we get called, like, sluts and whores. It's not okay, because by saying it, you make it okay. And the other thing, when she says most girls don't do what you do except for prostitutes, one, you can't generalize all women as a whole. You don't know all of the women in the world.
And you don't know what they do.
You don't know what they do. Second of all, don't make reference to prostitutes. They probably don't like their job. And, on to the actual question.
Well, it wasn't an actual question. It was just thread theater. Was it a question that I posed?
Oh, no. The one where she's like, how do I tell her she's a slut?
Yeah.
See, that's just starting...
You don't.
Yeah, you don't. That's just starting the whole cycle. And it's not okay to call each other sluts. And aside from that, I think Jenny was just completely right. Just either be above that. You don't even have to associate with her. And be secure in yourself to know that, okay, I'm not a slut. Or if she is sleeping with a lot of guys, which is kind of what it was saying in here, but I couldn't really tell because they all sort of knew each other.
Yeah.
And if she is, maybe she should address that because it's not fair to the guys. And don't beat herself up for it being like, oh, I'm such a whore. Be like, what can I do to make this better and make it fair for everybody in this situation?
Yeah, like what can I learn from my behavior? This is like, am I looking for love in all the wrong places? And how can I be a stronger, wiser person? But Maddie and I were talking before the show. This is kind of like an example of what girls do to each other online.
Mm-hmm.
And so Maddie and I were wondering, what do boys do? How does it exhibit itself with boys when they're going at each other online? Is it the same kind of stuff, or like when you're playing video games? I know that there's a lot of like harsh language and smack talk or whatever the kids today call it. But how are boys mean online? What are the differences?
Well, if you have something like video games, like Xbox or whatever, and you're playing in like a M-rated shooter that I won't exactly name, and you have a 12-year-old kid calling you a fag over the chat or something, it's just people are mad because you're beating them so hard. But online, really, it's weird because there's a lot of different ways and different sites that different sites do it. It's like some sites might insult you just because you haven't been posting as long as someone else, or some sites might insult you because you made a really stupid and uninformed opinion.
So it's sort of it's a male kind of behavior of jockeying for position, trying to have dominance, and, trying to be the stronger, manlier one by making other people feel inferior or insulting their masculinity in some way.
In most cases, I guess, yeah.
Like, I have domination. I was here first. You're a noob or whatever, that is. We're going to go to...
I haven't heard noob in so long.
Noob is such a great one. We are Our Place Out Loud. I'm Louise Palanker here with a panel of teens, and we have musical guests that are going to play in just a moment coming up, but we're going to take a phone call. Hello.
Hi.
I would never hate the awesomeness, would you?
Oh, I would never hate it.
Never.
It's not right to do that.
No, don't ever hate it. Are you calling to weigh into the conversation, or to ask the band a question, or to just say hi?
I was calling in probably from... I was trying to get a hold of the last question, the one that I posted to you.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
To give an update on my friend.
Yes, please. This is the girl who has...
actually...
Yeah.
Okay, so she came to school today, and her boyfriend, which is 29, actually gave her wedding rings already.
Whoa.
Whoa, wait.
Hold, wait.
Take it and run.
Yeah.
That's not the advice you should give your friend, but...
No. Yeah, and so she's seriously... Do you mean like an engagement ring?
Yes.
So is she showing it off and kind of flashing...
she told me she's testing it out to see if it fits. And I'm just like, are you serious?
Love has nothing to do with jewelry. Is this love, or is this about, flashing bling?
I don't even know what's going on with that relationship. They haven't been dating that long.
So do you think is she kind of like maybe an insecure person who maybe doesn't have a loving father at home,
she has a loving family, and she's just a really good person, and I'm just really scared for her.
Well, all you can do is just advise her, but she has to walk her own path. And if you think that someone's breaking the law, you can call the police and say, "I think this 29-year-old guy is messing with one of the kids at my high school." And the police, she won't know exactly how the police heard about it. Nico wants to say something to you.
Awesomeness. Hey, do you know the longest relationship she's been in besides this one?
I think she was in one for like a couple years ago.
Well, really, when you're 16 and you can't get married at 16, you don't know what love is at 16. Yeah, even I thought I knew what love was at 16, and I stepped back for a minute and realized, okay, thank God I'm not married to this woman.
That's the best thing ever said.
And really, you don't know what you want yet. And I hate looking through the chat on Opal and saying, I love this guy or I love this girl. You really don't know that feeling yet. And it just really, you gotta make sure she knows that if she actually marries this guy, she's doing one of the most stupid things I could have ever thought a 16-year-old girl could do.
The hands are flying up. Nico, who do you want to throw to?
Let's go with Kia.
I just wanted to ask, have you spoken to her mom, and do you know that her mom knows, or has your friend just told you that her mom knows?
I went over to her house the other day, and I asked her, and her mom does know, which I'm just like, my mom would kill me for her to do this.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there's a dad at home?
There's a what?
Is there a dad at home?
No, her dad left her.
Well, see, that's what this is about. She's looking for that kind of male love, which you can find from male friends. You don't have to find it in a sexual way. And and you can say that to her in the nicest way possible. I love you, and I just want you to know that there's more to you than what some 29-year-old guy wants. You're a whole 360 person, and you don't have to give yourself away sexually just because this person claims to love you. He probably wants something from you that has to do with your body, and you're like a million things beyond your body. Maddie?
I have a question for you, Awesomeness. Is she completely serious about this whole thing, or is she kind of half joking about it and kind of yeah, we're totally getting married, ha ha ha? Or is she completely serious? I don't know. I'm thinking about flower arrangements. Is she serious about it?
She is completely serious about it, which I'm so what the crap about it.
Okay. Oh dear.
Montana?
In other situations, has she been a semi-reasonable person?
Good question. And the defense rests.
Reasonable? What do you mean by
reasonable?
that?
Is she prone to?
Does she understand logic? Basic logic?
No.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Well, there's the problem.
Well, could you? Oh, sorry.
I think we're going to jump off with you and move on to the next question, but I just think that you should just love her and try to tell her that she's worth so much more than this, and that she would be unwise to believe that any person at 16 knows what love is. And then you just have to let her make her own choices.
Okay.
And thank you so much for calling.
I'll talk to her.
Yes, please do that. And thank you so much for calling. We have a question from Allegato. My dad is an alcoholic, and it's giving me all these feelings. I hide them from everyone, but it's hard. I burst into tears in class one day, and people keep asking what's wrong, but I don't want to tell them. I just feel like I'm going to explode. So this sounds like a really common expression of any child of an alcoholic, and because you just have to feel so abandoned. And if my dad loved me enough, why wouldn't he quit drinking? And you just don't understand that. Does anyone here in the room relate to this? I know that there's Alateen. You can contact Alateen online, and they have meetings for children of alcoholics, and you'll find out that you're not alone. But does anyone in the room relate to this or have some wisdom to share with Allegato? Kyo?
I don't know if I exactly relate, but I just think that if you find someone who you can open up to, you'll feel so much better. If you find someone who you can tell, whether it be a counselor, I don't know, maybe a friend, somebody, maybe your mom, I don't know, but find somebody that you can talk to, because that's like really important, helping you feel better. And then, I mean, maybe they can help you help your dad. Talk to somebody.
Montana?
This is quite a tough one because in the past, with children of alcoholics, we've said we should, or that they should open up to their parents and tell them, oh, you're scaring me, you're an alcoholic, it feels like you don't love me as much because you do this. But at some point, if that doesn't work, she sort of has to realize that her dad isn't, like, he's a very flawed person, and that he still does love her, but he needs help, and it's completely unfair to her that she has to bear the burden of this. So really all the advice is talk to him about it, and not in an angry, but kind of a place of vulnerability, and open up to somebody else, and that's it.
Yeah, it's really hard because if if your dad is an alcoholic, then just hearing that alcoholism is a disease is, I don't think it's enough of an explanation to the child, because the child is saying, yes, but if you had heart disease, you would go to the doctor. So why do you have this disease and you're not going to get cured? Why don't you love me enough to be healthy for me? Because if you had any other disease, you would go to the doctor and try and be here for me. Why with this are you not? Why are you choosing this bottle of whiskey over me? I'm right here in front of you, Maddie.
I know it's really hard, but I think that what's going to help, I'm assuming it's a girl, just for now.
I don't know. It might be a boy.
Okay, well,
Yeah, anyway.
whoever this is, I think it'll really help you to kind of depersonalize yourself from it, and I know how hard that is. But if you kind of just keep reminding yourself that it's not about you, he's not doing this because of something you did, or because you're there, or because you're not good enough, or because he doesn't love you enough. So it's like it's not about you. It's not a problem that's coming from you. It's just him and his problems, and you can. Yeah, and don't feel like you can't help him and you're helpless to him. You know what I mean? Like, I understand feeling helpless in that situation, but don't feel like it's your responsibility to help him and you can't.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. You can't cure this. Go
'Cause
ahead,
I
Montana.
go ahead.
Yeah.
When my friend is sort of in this position, like her mom's an alcoholic, so, and it's getting to the point where, like, she doesn't have a dad and her mom's an alcoholic, and she was in a really bad place, and she was doing a bunch of things that her friends, like me and my other friends, were really worried about. So, like, we kind of addressed her mom, but my friend's mom, who was good friends with her alcoholic mom, like, they kind of got together with her and tried to, like,
have an intervention.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a scary intervention. It was just all of her friends that cared about her, who just wanted to see, like, how this could work out. And I think that sort of not really helped.
Right, but at least the child knows there's other adults that are in my corner who want to reach out and understand what I'm going through, because, like, that helps a lot. And I can certainly understand why at school she didn't want to say, oh, here's why I'm crying, because, like, how do you even say that at school? It's just so embarrassing.
I know.
So we have a question from Sean. It says, so I've been with this girl for over a month now, and we're very active and hang out a lot. She seems like she likes me a lot, and people say they think she does, but she still talks to her ex a lot, even though I told her it bothers me. I'm worried about my girl leaving me to go back with him. I get dreams where I find her with him together. I get this vibe that they have something going on secretly. Nico.
Sean, I'm going to tell you this from personal experience. This is a cold-cut, hard-boiled, I don't know much food analogies, but case of jealousy. Like, maybe this girl you're dating and him realized they would just be better off friends. They became friends. She started dating you. You have absolutely no right to tell her that she cannot talk to this guy. At the same time, she should still find it in her heart to still respect your opinion on it. Like, okay, I won't do things that make you uncomfortable. But again, at the same time, you can't make it unreasonable the stuff she can't do. Like, you can't say, I don't want you talking to this guy, because then you're just controlling and abusive. I mean,
It's tricky though. I think you really have to distance yourself from an ex. Jakey, do you have a thought?
If I can somehow talk here, as your girlfriend, she has to take your emotions into account. But that's only if she knows your emotions. Don't just go, she's hurting me, and she doesn't know she's hurting me. Why is she hurting me? She has no idea that this could be bothering you. You have to actually tell people things if you expect change. And don't expect drastic change. Just expect her to reassure you that nothing's happening.
Exactly, and then you have to trust what she's saying is true. Keo?
Well, it said that he says that he told her that it bothers her. So, I mean, he said something. I think that the best thing you can kind of do is kind of act like it doesn't bother you. Let them know that I don't like that and that bothers me. And if they keep doing that, then it kind of means that they don't care
They're
how
not
you feel.
respecting how you feel about it. All right, we're going to take it back to the band Sonsoles. And would you like to, Jose, introduce the song and tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, this is a song called Aire. This is a song that Steve wrote. He wrote the music. Stevie! And it's one of the songs that we want to include in the next album. We are currently working on a new album, and we are working with like 30 songs, and this is one of my favorites. So, and it's a song called Aire. I wrote the lyrics for this song to my girl, actually, because she wanted me to write a song, and I was saying, don't you have enough just being such a huge part of my life that you even want to be part of my songs too? So and that kind of like played pretty well when I was writing the lyrics for this one. So this is Aire.
Okay.
Una canción es todo lo que pides, como si fuera un juego nada más. ¿Para qué quieres que la escriba? No me merezco el reto. Una canción cambia el destino, es la semilla de una religión. ¿Para qué quieres que la escriba? No te conformas estando en cada palabra, cada verso, en cada noche estás, cada canción, cada concierto, en cada esquina y en el aire. Me falta el aire si no estás. ¿Acaso no ves que estoy perdido? No puedo fingir en una canción. ¿De verdad quieres que la escriba? No te conformas estando en cada palabra, cada verso, en cada noche estás, cada canción, cada concierto, en cada esquina y en el aire. Me falta el aire. Cada palabra, cada verso, en cada noche estás, cada canción, cada concierto, en cada esquina y en el aire. Me falta el aire si no estás. Thank you. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Did your girlfriend like that song?
Yeah, she loved it. She liked it.
Excellent.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
That's what she says. You never know.
So can you tell us a little bit about the lyrics?
Yeah. Yeah, it says a couple of things like, a song is a quite important thing for me. Like, just a song can change your life. And a song is a seed of a religion. It can start a whole religion. Why do you really want to be part of that? Don't you have enough being in, in every word, every thing that I say, in every corner, in every show that I am, in every part of my life, and even in the air. That's why it's called aire. And I say, you're even in the air, and I cannot even breathe when I don't have that air. So
Aw.
that's what I'm saying.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being with us, Sonsoles. I'm gonna hold up all the things that have to do now. Can people
Yeah.
find this on iTunes?
Yes.
So
they can
go to
find
iTunes, put in Sonsoles,
Mhm.
and you'll find this EP. And what other music will they find?
We have 2 EPs on
Yes.
iTunes, and also they can find our videos on YouTube. And if they go to Sonsoles Music, that's our website. That's where they can find everything, even if it's not iTunes. There's like a lot of free content that they can check out, a lot of our songs and shows and things like that. And
And you're gonna come back with Mohawk Man?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for being with us. Give him a round of applause.
Thank you so much for
We'll
having
see you
us.
next week on Our Place Out Loud. Bye bye.
I've been